Wow, that water effect looks way better than it used to.
Yep.
It still looks
Are we gonna try
outdated,
to
but
find the
it looks way
Panthers
better
now?
than I remember at least.
Yeah.
Come
Wait,
back here,
can I-
Stag. You're so fast.
Reach.
It's a Kirkadillisk. We got a Kirkadillisk, Wander. Come back.
It's not the right kind.
You're not the right kind.
You need Snapjaw. You need Snapjaw, not normal.
That's literally racist. How dare you?
Well, here, there's panthers. We didn't get all the panthers.
Ooh, panthers. Time to finish our genocide, Shell. Our war on the Black Panthers. Oh god.
Now, isn't there something where black panthers actually aren't real? They're actually just a black leopard?
Yep. That is in fact true. There's a bunch of panthers over here, by the way.
There's also no such thing as a brontosaurus.
Conservative white people are getting
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
we finished panther hunting, and now now wants to kill 10 panthers.
10 more, and then the panther
So now
queen.
we need to find 10 adult panthers and 10 adult tigers.
Yeah, the adult tigers are over here.
Yeah, they're on the opposite side of the river.
It's a crab.
You showed him.
He was crabby.
No more Krabby Patties for you. Trying to go through as many pop culture crabs as possible in the shortest amount of time. Of course.
And then the crab transformed.
I always hated that Pokemon. It was just so boring to me.
No,
it was a
you're
crab?
definitely talking about Rampage from Beast Wars. Yes.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Rampage the game.
That was a
no.
good game.
Rampage, the crab transformer? Come on.
No, I don't know much about Transformers really. Also, I grew up watching Beast Wars. Don't remember a crab.
He was second season.
Are you guys coming?
Yep.
That was back when
Okay.
I was too young to actually follow shows back then.
Really?
Which is weird because you're older than the both
Yeah.
of us.
You're
No, I mean like
older.
at that age, like at that age I would just watch shows, like just whatever's on TV, and like I just wouldn't really be aware of the order stuff goes in or pursue that.
It sounds
like-
more like a personal problem
So
than
like
anything.
when I
Okay.
was a kid, I would like wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and see like Captain Planet and Beast Wars in the morning, but I didn't have a fucking clue like what the continuity was or what order stuff went in.
Guys, I'm gonna need your help a little bit here.
Well,
So the
But
result
Beast Wars-
is something a lot like how I've currently watched like House so far, which is that I've just seen episodes in a random order, so I don't know what
Guys,
I don't
guys-
necessarily know which ones I'm missing, basically.
yeah, well, a lot of those series are episodic in the sense that a plot begins and ends in the same episode. So it's not like there's overarching storylines until they, introduce a character relationship or
You're
something
serious?
else. Huh?
Wow. Only two from that massive people. Only two.
I'm sorry, it's more accurately. It's like Waspinator terrorize.
Oh, that sounds really close. Do you know that one guy voiced Waspinator, Rat Trap, Dinobot, and
Oh yeah, if you look up the voice
Silverbolt.
cast of any animated show, for the most part, you just see one name pop up over and over again. It's like how Vegeta and Piccolo and like 4 other characters are all voice acted by the same person in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Tell
I
you
got
were
to
a
meet this
terrible
actor,
healer.
Actually,
They even in video games, like in Wolf Among Us, by Telltale Games, Wolf Among Us constantly recycles voice actors from Walking Dead, but even within Wolf Among Us, they recycle one voice actor for 2 characters.
yeah. I mean, if they can pull it off, then definitely.
They can't.
Oh, really?
It's the voice actress that plays Clementine in Walking Dead, and she plays in Wolf Among Us. She plays Toad Jr. and she plays Beauty, and I can hear Clementine's voice in both of those voices.
Which is funny when
Super
we're talking to each
super
other.
distracting.
Yeah, we played through those, and oof,
Those are some neat games.
Yeah,
it was one of those things where we considered recording them, and it's like, nah, it's too much exposition. We wouldn't be able
it's
to
too
say
dialogue
anything.
heavy. It would never be interesting.
Exposition. I don't know. People like our Wolf Among Us shows.
I mean, I can imagine it would be nice, but it's one of those where I just don't feel
Yeah.
like it. I'd rather just...
All we'd be doing is mulling over our decisions, going,
Yeah, I don't
Except-
like doing it blind either because I want to just experience the story. So my compromise is that I play through them locally on my file at home, and then I come to Andrew's house and he plays through it while I'm doing co-commentary. So he's going in blind, but I get to experience it on my own first because that's just the ideal way.
And my bet is you also play a completely different track because Andrew's a terrible
Oh yeah,
person
he's a
and you're
terrible
not
person.
ish.
Oh yeah.
what do you mean? He
Like in the
murders
first
people?
episode, you have a decision like you should go check out. You can check out this guy who there's a commotion at their apartment, or you can check out this guy who looks dead. And guess who he picked and who I picked. like I went to go try to save someone's life. He's like, well, fuck that guy. I was disappointed to check out the Fables comic and find out that like in Wolf Among Us, they pretty much cherry-picked characters that either are not... They either made up characters that are just not in the comic, or they, like, cherry-picked characters that like, are not important or die super early in the comic.
Yep.
So, like...
Well, so they don't end up writing themselves in a hole, because then all those characters, get killed off, and then they can do whatever the hell they want for the sequel.
I think the game probably managed to make it extra surprising, though, when characters did die in the comic. Because like, wait, that character dies? How?
Well, we need bad medicine still.
Like, I think I remember telling you, like, I'm on issue blah, 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 and I'm like, the death count, the Wolf Among Us character death count is up to, like, 5 or something.
But nope.
It's like they're still getting wiped out.
Yep.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. Telltale, you really cherry-picked your...
I'm just really curious what they're going to do with Walking Dead Season 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, especially because the ending, you could have so many variations. It's
Okay.
like, what characters would really carry over?
Yeah,
That's just...
that'd be pretty nuts. Well, if it's anything like the Season 1 to 2 transition, they just sort of... I mean, it felt lazy.
Yeah, it really did.
They were like, Season 2, it's going to incorporate all the things you did in Season 1, and it's going to incorporate what you did in 400 Days. And, like, 400 Days had little to no effect on Season 2. And,
I was really disappointed by that.
everything all the loose ends in Season 1 that aren't definite just sort of get wrapped up in a moment's notice. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I would almost think that they'd have to write the
There's a
next
tin vein.
Walking Dead game in a way where they could
something.
accommodate for all those choices. But then if they make it so that those choices weren't significant, you start off the same way regardless, it wouldn't seem...
I mean, that's kind of what they already did last time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And it's what happens a lot. Like, Mass Effect games do that too. No matter what you do from game to game, large swaths of the game are still identical, even though certain decisions you make seem so incredibly sweeping and important at the time.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
sometimes
go
they
kill those
just-
tigers.
Cut out. I have a little tiny lashtail hatching following me.
God, I was actually kind of mad about 400 Days.
Yeah, especially because we actually replayed portions of it so that we would have everyone join, and then it didn't really matter.
It gives you, because in 400 Days, every chapter is you playing a different character's backstory, basically, either during or before or after the apocalypse in a weird way, and basically the way you play them affects whether or not they may end up at a camp, and then you get to that part in Season 2 where you encounter that location, and it's just like, oh yeah,
They're barely
like
characters.
for 3 seconds they acknowledge that one guy's there.
I didn't even I
They just say
recognized
stuff
some
like,
of them. I was like, who the
"Keep
hell
moving," or
is
something like that.
Guy? Yeah, the black kid.
Yeah, I
I saw him and I was like, who is he?
Like,
I recognize
I saw the
him.
hippie guy, and he's just like, yeah, keep moving. I'm like, all right, this is good for you.
I don't even remember where Glenn was. Well, not Glenn. The other guy that looks like Glenn. Sorry.
Oh, the Asian guy? He was there.
I forget. Is his name Vincent or?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Okay.
Vincent.
It was Vincent.
You mean the guy
Anybody that
that seemed like
hasn't
the
played-
leader of the group?
Yeah. Anybody that hasn't played Walking that's watching us is either really pissed at us because they didn't want spoilers, or very confused.
But we're not really spoiling
we're
anything.
Not spoiling. Yeah,
It's true.
We're just saying the payoff for the DLC chapter that supposedly bridges the gap is ultimately like,
Did you guys get all the tigers,
you get a glimpse of each character. Because only
I've
one
only gotten 2.
Because only one character from that DLC is important, and that character always goes to the camp no matter what.
And
Yep.
So it's not even
seemed
up.
the
It seems
flattest.
like a choice, but it's not.
I was a little disappointed. I was really disappointed.
I actually I like that character. I thought she had one of the most interesting chapters in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
I'm just reminded of the whole, freaky wife thing.
Face
Ugh.
off.
What?
Oh, I can't explain.
It's true.
Yeah, we can't. Really.
You could explain.
I was just making an 80s action movie reference.
Doink.
God, that's Andrew's
Okay.
favorite movie of all time.
Which movie?
Face Off.
Oh.
With John Travolta.
That's actually a really good reality TV show.
He idolizes John Travolta, I guess.
That's strange.
Huh.
Like, my friend that really idolizes Nick Cage for some ridiculous reason.
Nick Cage is
Idolizes
awesome
about
for all the
everyone
wrong reasons.
It
I
really
know.
is.
We
Hey,
saw
there's
that,
like a troll that's like frozen over there.
Oh yeah, that's because they're basilisks
Oh.
running all over the place.
Yeah, that would do it.
Wait, so you guys don't have little hatchlings following you?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay,
Why is
because
he
I can't
Yeah,
see
I'm not-
yours.
Oh, the little lash tail. Oh,
It's probably instanced on a person-to-person
oh,
basis.
it's Agumon.
That's why you should get hats.
That would be great.
When did Agumon get a little spike on his nose?
I would love for the Digimon games to actually come back and actually be worth playing.
Yeah. They were working on a big
you ever-
Digimon. Oh wait, they're currently making a Digimon game.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's gonna be
And-
like an arena fighter.
Oh.
According to Co-optional Podcast, it plays terribly.
I'm not surprised. I played one of the original ones for like Game Boy Advance, and I was just like, this is pretty bad.
Well, weren't you going to try the DS one? Because they had the Dusk and Dawn, trying
Yeah,
to be
it was
like
shitty.
Pokemon.
I played the
Really?
first 10 minutes of it, and it's just like, I have no compunction to continue playing this.
Aww.
It plays like a really bad Pokemon.
You gotta catch
Or
them
it's like-
Digimons, because that's how it works in that game.
It's like right off the bat.
Were you catching
they
them in
give
that
you a
game?
Mega... Yeah, you do catch them.
But you're
Right
only
off the
supposed to
bat, they
have
give you-
one.
They give you a Mega and a Champion, and then a Starter, and it's just like, what?
That's
And
straight.
that's just your team.
The idea of capturing Digimon is pretty blasphemous.
Yeah, like Digimon World 1, I think did it best as far as like having your Digimon. Where it's like when
I
it
have Tumbled
died,
Crystal. Oh wait,
Yep.
do I?
Oh, you have.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm just seeing your guys' quests in my feed. Whoops. That's confusing.
Yeah.
And then he was dead. But it's pretty blasphemous to have catching Digimon as a mechanic, because the whole point in Digimon was that they were like your best
A
friend,
single partner.
and you had like a single like sort of like soulmate type thing going on.
Did you ever play Digimon World 1 or see it at
I
all?
played no Digimon's evers.
That one.
I watched the
that one was
movie.
fairly good. Where, yeah,
We're
where
the
your
kids in
Digimon-
America.
When your Digimon would die, it would turn into an egg and then rehatch as a new rookie or whatever, which was kind of fun because you always only had one, but you could cycle through different ones and unlock them. It was actually really cool.
Do you
It's
watch
just- if you
Nostalgia
let it-
Critic?
No, I haven't.
It's like they ended up doing a episode on the Digimon movie, and it reminded me of just like stuff that just doesn't phase you as a child, but then as an adult you're like, wait, what? And like
I think
apparently
we-
that movie
we
was like
watched this.
it seemed like it was like 3 movies just mashed together apparently.
It was. Yeah.
It's like there's seemingly no continuity. It's like it's almost like 3 just weirdly well animated episodes of Digimon that just sort of
actually,
were crushed
it
together.
It was 3 Japanese movies redubbed and mashed into one movie and released in America.
Oh,
There
wow.
are 12,
Weird.
I believe, Digimon movies. Yep.
That's super weird.
Yep.
How many
I-
seasons did you guys see? I saw all 4
I've
of the old
seen
ones.
6 of them.
I saw that was the I think that was the first cartoon to make me cry as a kid.
What part?
It's when Leomon died.
Oh, Leomon.
No,
I'm sure he just came back 17 times because of bullshit anime, but at the time it was really horrible.
I cried when
Because
remember Wormmon?
he was like the only like father figures like adult type character in the entire show, where everyone else is just like kids trying not to get murdered in this world, basically.
Yep.
I was like, well, this is really fucked up.
Unfortunately, in season 3, they also have Leomon, who also dies. Very annoying.
What is he,
His
Rory?
destiny.
God, does that even make sense to you guys?
Is he what?
No.
Doctor Who.
Oh.
I don't watch enough Doctor
Yeah.
Who.
Oh, I do actually know that
There's
one.
there's a Doctor Who companion that dies like 7 times.
I remember. And then eventually he's like a wax sculpture man, which makes no sense to me.
But he's also a centurion from 5 billion years in the past, and he's also sometimes an illusion, and he didn't actually die, maybe?
Okay, so you guys want to head northwest or go all the way south?
I don't have all the way south. Let's go back to camp and turn things in.
I remember seeing a special where they flat out were like, yeah, he's basically the Kenny of this show.
He really is. I remember where
Do
he
you guys
died
have Panthers
twice,
done?
and yes. You don't?
You got 10 Panthers killed?
Yeah. You must have been too far away or something.
I guess so, yeah. I only have 2.
2.
Aw.
Well.
The Lashtail hatchling is adorable.
It is, which is why I intend to get one as a pet someday. But it will probably be in a high-level area. and I'll
apparently
have to train my
Panthers
pets up
spawn
for it.
near camp anyway.
Yep. There's a bunch just north of us right now. So we head up there.
Digimans,
Lashtail
digital
raptors.
monsters.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we talked about this guy before. What is your guys' favorite movie?
What can I say?
Lashtail Raptor. It's always hard to answer, right? Like you always want to say a list.
Yeah,
You're always like, here's like my 4 things I want to say, because these 2 things are too different for me to reconcile against each other.
For some reason, I know it's sort of a doofy movie in a way, but when I was a kid, I really liked Dragonheart. Like aside from the obvious,
Dragonheart. Sean Connery, the dragon.
and Star Trek stuff, because that's what I grew up on. For some reason, I remember I was down at my great-grandparents' house in Florida, and my great-aunt and uncle were there too, and they're like, hey, Michelle, what do you want to watch? And I'm like, I want something with knights and dragons. And so she goes out.
And so they
brings it
showed
back.
you a movie about a con man.
Well, the interesting thing was, I was, 5 or 6 at the time, and she realized when she got back, oh no, it's PG-13. My mom's like,
It
my dad's
features
like,
people being stabbed in the heart. No big deal.
Right.
Oh, we have to go all the way up to that other camp to turn stuff in.
Well, actually, when I was 4, my dad fell asleep when he was watching Alien. Because he wanted to specifically show me the scene where the chest burster came out. He's like,
hello,
this
my
is
honey.
cool.
Hello, my darling.
Except it wasn't
Hey
like
guys, are there follow-ups to the tuning crystals or the snapjaw crocolisks? Do you know?
I am not sure.
I didn't check. I've just been handing things in to
Yeah,
make things
I don't pay that
convenient
much
for you
attention to when
guys.
I'm throwing quests in. I'm running all the way up to the camp up north to turn other shit
There is
in.
a lot of stuff up north.
Because if it's a chain quest, I'm gonna turn in all of the prior, like the initial ones, and then not the last one. But if I don't know if it's a chain or not, I'd prefer not to turn it in.
Okay, let's see. More childhood
You could
films
just
I
never do a
loved.
quest ever again.
But then I don't know where the monsters are, and I just have to follow you guys
Yay!
around.
And then you'd have to not leave us behind, and it'd be a co-op series in earnest.
We've actually managed to stay together almost entirely this entire time.
Okay, here we
Which
go.
is why
Favorite
I have
holiday
2 out of
film.
10 Stranglethorn Panthers.
What can I do for you?
Honestly,
Wait,
I
only 2 out of 10?
Yeah, I only have two Panthers slain.
Panthers or young panthers?
Panthers.
Okay, because young panthers was the first one. Panthers is the second one, which none of us have done.
Oh, okay. So I just happen to have 2 done. Okay.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah,
actually
I
ahead
have
of
2.
us.
Yeah.
I don't have any panthers done because I don't auto-hand things in until I, check.
You are scum. Or something, I
I
don't
look
know.
like a panther.
Wow, I have 8 separate objectives to keep track of right now. Shit's getting complicated. My favorite movie is Dark Crystal.
Oh, yeah. I remember watching Labyrinth and then Dark Crystal, and my friends were just like, "These are so bizarre."
The Chamberlain
have
scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yep. Does Bad Medicine have a follow-up or no?
Only the finest goods.
Let's see. This is
Oops.
okay. So the pot doesn't have
control
a
sample.
follow-up.
Bad Medicine does.
Nah, I don't really know what my favorite film would be. Because when it came to Christmas films, we always watch Home Alone.
Please, Gelfling, please.
Fucking terrifying
let's
for
see.
for a child to watch that.
Wasn't it like, Trial by Blade? They do
by blade. You have like the one. Or was it Trial by Combat? I don't know. No, that they would just sit there and they would just wail on a rock until it broke.
Yeah,
and,
it was a rock.
and then one of them wins. Probably because it would be weird.
And then
to...
the other one is stripped naked and sent out into the wilderness.
Yeah, it's probably because it'd be hard to
And
make
Frank
puppets
Oz
fight.
was that old witch lady in the sort of it looked like a
What a just thoroughly dark and unpleasant and just terrifying sort of cast of characters to see the Skeksis as a kid. It's like, what the fuck is going on? One of the opening scenes has like the oldest Skeksis dying and dissolving into dust as his face just caves in. It's like, oh my god.
and then one of the elders in that other village just disappears.
Yeah, but he
And you're
twinkles
like,
away because he's magical and good, so he doesn't make a gross mess when he dies. It's such a simple story that's like shamelessly like binary good and evil stuff. But it's just it's so amazing to watch though. Even now it's cool to watch because it's like
you guys have
it's
already
almost
left me behind.
it's almost exclusively practical because it's all puppets and everything.
Well, yeah, I really do miss stop animation, puppets, even 2D animation. That's disappearing.
I did not
It's-
like the Gelflings themselves.
Yeah,
I
they're
thought
a little boring
both
looking.
of them as characters were awful.
What's really awkward is every now and then the main character he'll be weirdly far away from the screen, and you'll be doing something vaguely acrobatic, and you'll realize it's just a guy dressed up as the main character.
Yep.
And he's just running around dressed up as him, and you can't see his face, so you can't quite tell he's the puppet, but obviously the puppet can't move like that.
My favorite is the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, where you could
Aw.
actually see the actors' faces.
Inside the mouths, you mean?
Swing.
Oh yeah, whenever they talked, you could see
Help, I'm a turtle and I
the
can't get up.
face. It was weird and concerning to watch.
It's weird how those
Okay.
movies were just jam-packed with pop culture references at the time. But they were pop, but I wasn't like part of pop culture yet as a kid, so like I just had no idea what half of it was. So like when he's like, "Help, I'm a turtle and I can't get up," I had no idea it was like, "Oh yeah, they're making fun of that device that they give old people so they don't
Aw.
fall down in their house and get left to die."
Yep.
It's funny, guys.
Okay. Follow me, I guess.
All right.
Now, I think part of the problem is I don't actually really like movies.
But I love movies.
You are abomination
Like-
unto men.
I can
I had to
enjoy them.
educate Carl.
Also, how are
But
you?
I don't-
Also, how are you gasping? I feel like you could have talked about this before at some point.
Oh,
She kind of knows I dislike movies
I had
generally.
to sit him down for a ton of things, like Alien and Aliens. He had to see.
I
Those.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just because I'd never had the chance, because my parents don't really like horror movies. But,
Horror,
like,
Ghost thriller.
But the
I-
growing up, we watched a
Oh, son of a
couple, but
bitch.
my parents didn't like going to the
Am I
theaters
lagging?
that much.
oh weird, I started lagging really hard for a second there.
Confusing.
Weird.
Yeah, my dad had Terminator, Blade Runner, Mad Max and the Thunderdome.
we have
Tons
to-
of 50s films, like Forbidden Planet and Earth versus the Flying Saucers.
Uh-oh.
Then, everything.
Am I getting disconnected from WoW?
Uh-oh.
That'd be impressive.
Weird. I couldn't just everything was just not working for a bit there. That was interesting.
Where the hell are these guys?
I have
that
an
we're supposed
annoying
to rescue?
tendency to just be not at all into things that are supposed to be famously awesome. Like whenever I try to go back to like the amazing iconic stuff from the 80s, like it's usually just like, yeah, that was alright.
Hey guys, I found them.
Yeah, some of them you go back to and it's just like, ugh.
This game's not working very well for me.
You guys should come up to the second floor of the inn.
I'm actually lagging really bad too.
Yeah, I'm getting really bad latency. Under my question mark, I have a red bar, which I'm pretty sure represents your latency. That's roughly where it used to be.
I'm having latency issues too. I think the server's actually screwed up for once.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
That
mid-cast.
never happens.
Yeah, my internet can't be down because obviously I'm talking to you guys still. But yeah, like there's amazing latency here. If I wasn't so overpowered, this would be hard.
Yeah, seriously, I was about to die and I was like, I really hope my healing touch actually goes off.
But I'm really bad at watching old movies and actually successfully getting any of the stuff that makes them memorable to people. It's weird.
I find that when I've shown friends films from the 50s back, some of them actually really enjoy the fact that they're fairly dialogue
from the
heavy.
server.
Oops.
Welp, that happened.
It's interesting that we haven't been disconnected yet either, but I'm still having issues.
I'm not anymore. I'm normal now. No, wait, actually my spells are really slow. They don't even have a bar going. Oh, I think I'm disconnected too.
Yay! Disconnections for
you're gone.
everybody!
Yep, I'm gone.
What if that hacker group or whatever is fucking with this place now?
There's a group going after MMOs?
People went after Sony and Microsoft a few weeks ago, and apparently, like yesterday, they went after Destiny, and maybe they're going after WoW.
I apparently can walk through walls now. This is
Like
interesting.
DDoS attacks.